So first question, in a certain three-digit number, if the sum of the digits is doubled, the result is 16 more than 3 times the tens digit. 1 more than twice the hundreds digit is the units digit. The hundreds digit is 11 decreased by twice the tens digit. Find the three-digit number. So if we're talking about a three-digit number, and it looks like it's comparing all of its digits, right? So do we agree we're going to have a ones digit, a tens digit, and a hundreds digit? That's a three-digit number. So I'm going to let H equal the hundreds digit. I'm going to let T equal the tens digit. And U equal the units digit. This is the U, this is the T, this is the H, right? So now if I have three different digits, or sorry, if I have three different variables, how many different equations do I need to set up the system equation if I have three different variables? Three. We need three different equations. So it says in a certain three-digit number, if the sum of the digits is doubled, all right, so what am I doing? I'm taking the three digits, U plus T plus H, and it's saying double it. So what am I going to do? Take that sum and multiply it by 2. The result is, so equals 16 more than, that's a plus 16 at the end, 3 times the tens digit, 3t. That is my first equation. I need two more different equations. All right, second equation. 1 more than twice the hundreds digit. So 1 more than twice the hundreds digit, that's going to be 2h plus 1, is the units digit. So equals U. That's my second equation. One more equation I need. The hundreds digit is 11 decreased by twice the tens digit. So the hundreds digit, H, is, which means equal, 11 decreased, so 11 decreased, 11 minus twice the tens digit. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is put this in a good format. If I'm using the calculator, or if I'm using Desmos, do we agree the format we want is sort of the same as elimination, where they line up the U's, the T's, and the H's, any constant on the other side? So I'm going to have to manipulate these problems a little bit. So for the first one, I'm going to distribute in that 2. So I have 2U plus 2T plus 2H is equal to 3T plus 16. Is this good? No, this is not good. What should I do? Ariana? Subtract the 3T. So we're going to end up with 2U minus T plus 2H equals 16. Now, does it matter whether the H is first, the T is first, or the U is first? It doesn't matter which one is first as long as I stay consistent, right? So if I want to leave this as UTH, that means everything else has to be UTH. Are we okay with that? All right, next one. So here we have 2H plus 1 equals U. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the U where it is. I'm going to write plus 0T minus 2H equals what? Nope, I'm going to say positive 1 because I moved the 2H to the U. Everybody okay with how I got the second equation? All right. And for the third one, I'm going to have, to line it up, I'm going to have, I'm going to add the 2t over. So 0u plus 2t plus h equals 11. And these are my final equations. I am not, yes. Because what I did was I kept the u where it was and I just subtracted 2h on both sides. Everybody okay? All right, so on the test, I will not tell you what method to use. So what do we think is the easiest to solve this? Do we think matrices will be easier or do we think Cramer's would be easier? No thoughts? Yeah, matrices is definitely easier. Cramer's has a lot of steps, right? We got to find d, dx, dy, or du, dt, dh. It's a lot, right? So matrices is pretty straightforward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my matrix A. Who remembers what is matrix A? Good, the coefficients. So we're going to have 2, -1, 2, 1, 0, -2, 0, 2, 1. B is going to be my variable matrix. So this is U, T, H in that order, right? And then C is going to be my constants, 16, 1, 1. Did I write something wrong? Ooh, it is 11 for the last one. Thank you for that catch. That would have messed us up completely. We good so far? So now remember, it's going to be A times B equals C. And we need to solve for B. So B will equal the inverse of A times C. So this is everything I would need you to show me in the Desmos portion of the test. I would need you to show me the three equations, the manipulation of the three equations to put them in elimination format. I would need you to show me what each matrix is. I would need you to show, you don't need to show me this middle part right here, A times B equals C, but I do need you to show me B equals the inverse of A times C. This is all the prep work you would need to write down to show me on the test. And now the rest is just plugging into Desmos. Are we ready? So let's go to Desmos. I'm going to write this on the board so we have it. What was it? 2, -1, 2, 1, 0, -2, 0, 2, 1. Oh, this is at 11, right? Oh no, 2, 1. Never mind. We're good. This is A. And then C is 16, 1, 11. There we go. Okay, let's go to Desmos. So we go to matrix calculator. We're going to first type in our matrix A, which is a 3 by 3. And then I'm going to type in matrix C, which is our solution matrix, which is a 3x1. And now what we need to do is we need to find the inverse of A, oops, that, A to the negative first power times matrix C equals, and if you notice at the end, that tells us 7, 4, 3. So go back. We're going to have UTH is equal to 743. So is my number 743? No. So it says find the 3-digit number. The number is going to be 347. All right, ready for the next one? Yes, Leo. I'm sorry? Go back to Desmos. Oh, you want to see what I did in Desmos? Why is it 347? Because our hundreds digit is 3, our tens digit is 4, our units digit is 7. Leo, are you good? Okay, so let's go on to number 2. So number 2, it reads, a 2-digit number is 9 less than 4 times the sum of its digits. Now, guys, I'm not just comparing digits. Now I'm actually talking about the values. So it says a 2-digit number is 9 less than 4 times the sum of its digits. So now I'm talking about the value of the number. If the digits are reversed, the new number is 54 more than the original number. Find the original number. Okay, well, we know it's a 2-digit number. So do we agree we're going to let T equal the tens digit and U equal the units digit? Okay, so it says a 2-digit number is 9 less. So that 2-digit number is, let's do equals, is 9 less than 4 times the sum of the digits. I'm going to forget that first part right now. So is 9 less, so that's minus 9 less than 4 times the sum of its digits. So T plus U. Is everybody okay with that part of the equation? 9 less than 4 times the sum of its digits. Now, this 2-digit number is not just T plus U. It's not, because that tens digit, let's think about the number 23. Is the value of 23 2 plus 3, which is 5? No, that 2 is not 2. That 2 is 2 groups of what? 10, and that 3 is 3 ones. So how am I going to represent, let's think about 23 using tens and units. It would be 2 times what? 10 plus 3. So my digit, the value of my digit is going to be 10 times the tens digit plus the units digit. Does that make sense? Okay. How come before in the above problem I didn't do that? They were just talking about the what? The digits. They weren't talking about the value of the number. They were just comparing its digits to each other. Okay, So this is my first equation. Because I have two different variables, how many different equations do I need? Two different equations. All right, the next one. If the digits are reversed, so if my number was 23 and I reversed the digits, what would it be? 32. So what's happening? I'm multiplying the units digit by what? 10. Exactly. So my second equation is going to be 10u plus t. So if the digits are reversed, 10u plus t, the new number is equals 54 more than the original. Well, what was my original? Wasn't my original 10t plus u? But now I'm also adding 54 to that. And again, if I'm given the option, which you will be given the option to do any method you want on the test using Desmos, what is easier, Cramer's or matrices? Violet. Matrices, exactly. So now what do I have to do before I could plug anything into any matrices? Good, put them in the elimination format. So my first equation, I'm going to distribute that 4. So I have 10t plus u equals 4t plus 4u minus 9. I'm going to subtract the 4t and subtract the 4u. So now I'm going to get 6t minus 3u equals negative 9. And my second equation, I have 10u plus t equals 10t plus u plus 54. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to bring, doesn't really matter. Let's subtract the 10t and the u. So to stay in the same format, I'm going to get a negative 9t minus 9u equals 54. Now I can divide the top equation by 3 and I could divide the bottom equation by 9, but since we're using the calculator, is that even important? No, we don't even need to do that. We're fine. Everybody okay with what we have so far? Oh, that's a plus 9u, not a minus. Thank you. Good catch. Now we're good? Okay, so now what's the next part you would need to show me? So on the test, you would have to show me all of this, correct? What's the next thing you would have to show me on the test? Ariana? Creating the matrices, exactly. So we're going to say matrix A is our coefficient matrix. So I have 6, negative 3, negative 9, 9. Matrix B is our variable matrix, which is TU. And matrix C is our constants, which is negative 9 and 54. So now we're showing me on the test, you're showing me that you know what each matrix has to be. What's the last thing you have to show me before the solution? You have to show me that we're solving for B. So B will equal the inverse of A times C. So this is the last thing you need to show me before you give me the solution. So now let's go to Desmos. So I think our first one is a 2 by 2. It is 6, negative 3, negative 9, 9. Guys, was this right? 6, -3, -9, 9 for our coefficients. Okay. Enter. Then I need matrix C, which is our constants. -9 and 54, is that right? Yeah, okay. Enter. And now we type in A, the inverse of A, times C, and we press enter. And then we get 3, 9. So find the original number. We don't want that. Go back here. Well, this means that TU is equal to 3, 9. So T is our tens digit, 9 is our units digit. So our original number is 39. We good with that? All right. All right, powdered milk worth $3.60 per kilogram and cocoa worth $5.20 per kilogram are to be mixed so that their combination is worth $82.40. How many kilograms of milk should be used if the weight of the milk is 10 times that of the cocoa? All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to let X equal how many kilograms of milk should be used if the weight of the milk is 10 times that of the cocoa? So we're comparing the weight of the milk and the weight of the cocoa. So we're going to say X equals the weight of the milk. And we'll say Y equals the weight of the cocoa. So for our first equation, it says powdered milk worth $3.60 per kilogram and cocoa worth $5.20 per kilogram are to be mixed so that their combination is worth $82.40. All right, so right now it says the powdered milk worth $3.60 per kilogram is mixed with the cocoa worth $5.20 per kilogram. Do we know how many kilograms of each we're using? No. So what we're going to do is 360x plus 520y equals 8240. Are we good with that first equation? So the amount of milk times $3.60 plus the amount of cocoa times $5.20 will total $82.40. Now it says how many kilograms of milk should be used if the weight of the milk is 10 times that of the cocoa. This is now going to be our second equation. The weight of the milk, which is what did we say? The weight of the milk is X. That's going to equal 10 times the cocoa. So again, we're going to use matrices. Is this in a good format for matrices? Well, the first equation is the second equation? No, but we can easily manipulate that. So we're going to do 3.6x plus 5.2y equals 82.4. Are you guys okay? I essentially just divided by, I just took out that 0 because 3.6 is the same as 3.60. Yes. No, you could use whatever you want. So now we're going to have x minus 10y equals 0. Is that okay? That's absolutely fine. So now if we're going to use matrices, we're going to have 3.6, 5.2, 1, -10 for A. B is going to be XY. And C is going to be 82.4 and 0. And then the last thing you need to show me is that B is equal to the inverse of A times C. Okay, if you solve this, it says, well, let's just go to Desmos, put this in. So this is telling us X is 20, Y is 2. So we go here, X is 20, Y is 2. What was it asking for? How many kilograms of milk? So which one do we want, X or Y? X, so we're going to say 20 kg of milk. All right, this is where we stop because the bell is going to ring. Don't have enough time for another one.